So if you've been listening to me for a while and you've read my work for a long time, you know I don't typically do how-to videos, like really short and concise how-to videos. So I'm going to today, though. And what you should do with this is just experiment with it. I'm not going to bring in my own ideas as to what I think about reality and the idea of this being a dream or the idea of God or anything like that. I'm just going to keep this very short and concise. And when it comes to changing your reality, you must first start with changing your imagining successfully. And when it comes to changing our imagining successfully, there are two main components I think are necessary for it to be successful. But first, what you want to do is you want to get relaxed. You want to become calm. You want to become more grounded. You want to become still. And the way you do this that I found is that you learn, so it's a practice, you learn to let go of the senses. You learn to let go of whom it concerns outside of you. You let go of really everything, the circumstance. You let it completely fall to the wayside. You completely become relaxed. Because the more relaxed you become, the easier it is to imagine these things that you desire. There's no force or effort going to be required of you. So relax. The least amount of effort yields the most amount of results inside. So get your body calmed and relaxed. Second is that there's two main components to imagining your desire. The first component is that the imaginal act, and by imaginal act I mean either a conversation or a scene, it has to imply that a change has already happened, either in you or your world. It has to imply this. This is absolutely necessary. A good example of this is when Neville gave the idea of, let's say you want an apartment. Every single night, you don't imagine how you're going to acquire this apartment or the means to acquire it. You sleep there every night. You fall asleep in the bed in the apartment mentally, because that's what you would do every single day if you lived there, right? So you want to mimic what you would do here in this outer world and mimic it inside. So that's the first component. It must imply a change about you or your world. The second thing is that the imaginal act must feel as a present fact to you. It must feel like it's happening in the here and now, not something that's going to happen in the off-distant future while you're imagining it. The reason for that is that these two components remove the when and the how. You're not wondering when you're going to acquire this apartment or when you're going to acquire this thing. You already have it. And you are also not going to wonder how it's going to happen because, again, you already have it. It's a present fact that has already happened. So you're experiencing it as a present fact that has already happened. So you go from what you desire, go a little bit beyond it, and that is what you imagine. That is what you persist in. That is the imaginal act you persist in. It could be short and simple. As long as it implies something, as long as you feel it in the present moment as a present fact, not in the off too distant future, you feel it in the here and now. You bring what otherwise a dream that feels far away and you bring it near to you. That is what we're doing. Now, this, when you feel it as a present fact, it might elicit an emotional response from you. You might be relieved. You might feel happy. You might feel at peace. You might feel joy. You might not feel much, but regardless, if these two main components are there, I think that those are the two necessary ingredients to changing your world, which changes yourself, really. It changes your imagining successfully. You're not wishing for it to happen. You're not thinking about it. You're thinking from it, and it already has happened. You're experiencing what has already happened. You're participating and experiencing the imaginal act as a present fact. That is what you're doing. Then in the course of the day, if you happen to think about this again, just enjoy it. Don't worry about it. Just think about it if it pops up again. If not, just do your daily responsibilities. If you happen to have a doubt in the day, just bring yourself gently right back to it. And then trust in what you have done. Trust in the internal action you have made. Trust is the antidote to doubt and fear. So if you start to feel afraid, you start to feel nervous again, just bring yourself back to trusting in what you have done. You have successfully imagined. You've set it in motion. And really trust that you have. You've set this thing in motion. The cogs will be turning in reality. And events in a bridge will unfold to lead you to what has already happened. So you walk in your own confidence in what you have done internally. And you sustain it by trusting your imagination. You trust that your imagination has the way it means to achieve what you've imagined. As I said, I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to finish this off soon. And just take this and experiment with it. Have fun with it and play with it and enjoy it. Enjoy what you're imagining. Truly enjoy it. Embrace it. Feel it. But okay, I just want to keep this one short. And I do want to say I am doing live Q&A and live streaming for members. Just I'm not sure what's going on with the Apple. The join button isn't appearing. So you're going to have to go on the desktop to join if you want. Just request the desktop version on your phone. You'll be able to see me there. Join if you'd like. And just remember when you test this out, treat it as an experiment, because that's what Neville says, is that it's an experiment, or faith is an experiment that turns into an experience. Enjoy.